Ladies and Germans, how you all doing? This is Colin Ulrich, and I'm coming to you with some Company of Heroes 2 action. Now, I do want to dedicate this game over here to Nick RZ. He was kind enough to remind me I haven't posted a whole lot of Company of Heroes 2 in the last several weeks, and I apologize for that. My life has gotten very complicated. There's some family issues I had to take care of with some, sick individuals. Coupling with work, I've had very minimal time. So I do apologize for just posting Steel Division stuff. I will try to get better for you as we move forward, and that starts today. So today we have a map of Kholodny Ferma. It's a 1v1 between insane DevM over here in the beautiful blue trunks with the Wehrmacht playing off against Rhodesian over here in the red trunks. Take a quick look at commanders while we get the initial cap going on. Rhodesian is bringing on in armored assault tactics, mechanized support tactics, and that guards rifle combined arm tactics. So three definitely strong commanders, and it looks like we'll definitely be getting a nice late game heavy vehicle 66% of the time. Now insane DevM, he's bringing on in mechanized assault, mobile defense, and lightning war. So again, those later game call-ins, of course, we might be able to see a late game Tiger. I'd be super excited to see that. But insane DevM opening up with a kind of, getting a little bit more standard, I'd like to think, build. So we get a squad of grenadiers and then into a sniper to start doing some nice bleed against Rhodesian. But let's also be fair, this is that post-December patch, so we definitely are getting a lot of different changes here. Case in point, well, the Molotovs, for example, are going to get themselves a little bit better. We're also going to be seeing some, oh my gosh, we might as well just go for the changes as we move through it. But alright, one of the major things to take advantage of is the fact that Insane DevM now has that incredible amount to upgrade for Battle Phase 2, but Battle Phase 3, barely anything. And that just allows that whole kind of development into the support armor corps or the heavy panzer corps as circumstances dictate. Sniper getting into play. Shot comes out, and that's the first shot of the round. Takes out a conscript. Not going to bother them overly much. 1-0 cap. In the meantime, 2-0 cap going to be happening. But both guys have their fuel all connected. Germans in the meantime picking up a munitions position here, but conscripts will shove them back without too much real consternation. Nope, never mind. Not gonna really be looking for that. And just, it's conscript spam for days over here for Rhodesian. Do something, take a quick look. Burn Baby Burn, Battlefield Menace, and anti-tank on production. And this is just all grenadier buffs. Oh no, Sniper has a 4% increased armor, so that's gonna give him a little bit survivability more. This guy, though, just causing a lot of issues. And with the MP40s right in the middle here, yeah, you want to charge me across open field, you can do that, but it's not gonna be beautiful, and you can see it right now. One by one, they're getting slaughtered here, and the Pioneers are barely taking any kind of damage. Grenadiers, in the meantime, are capturing behind enemy lines. Not quite doing that incredible amount of damage, but still enough to really make the Soviets, I think, concerned. Sniper, in the meantime, you'd need to back up with this conscript squad, but the Pioneers are out before then. Meantime, Grenadiers taking close-range rifle fire from these conscripts. Luckily for them, the conscripts are not throwing off any Molotovs. That would cause a little bit of an issue here, and they're dropping a couple of models upon the retreat. Grenadiers, in the meantime, coming up to the north, going to be a good idea, decapping that fuel point. And it's a 2-to-1 bleed. It's going to be a trip cap, I think, fairly quickly, as the conscripts decap and recap, as well as taking away this munitions point to the southeast. Grens have a chance to sidle on in, and Insane DevM definitely is an individual who is very aggressive in that angle. Not doing it right now, though, instead preferring just to kind of stick in and really carve into those conscript numbers. And they're doing a really good job of it. There's a lot of bleed going on here against Rhodesian. Down to the south, long-range Grenadiers against conscripts. While the conscripts are going to have the slightly better part of it, if for no other reason they're getting territory, while the Grenadiers are not. And interestingly, despite the fact that there's no strat point connecting these two positions, he now holds a unique position, getting his fuel from his kind of narrow supply line through the center part of the field. Ooh, and I even noticed we're going to see an early flamethrower coming on out. Rock 3 flamethrower lighting the fire in the German hearts everywhere you look. Down to the south, though, I keep getting focused. Okay, early Molotovs. Rushing out that Molotov and getting another shot in from that sniper. No, but he's got 7 kills already. Germans are able just to hold back the waves. Just tons of them. More Molotovs coming on and a flamethrower. It's flaming every single direction. But Rhodesian is just taking insane losses to do it. Now, the Germans could take and pick up this VP, and that's probably the best chance he's got, because it's barely 5 minutes in, and he was already down 100 tickets. Whew! But the Russians have no fuel income anymore. I want to see, we have... Okay, so... No, but just a bunker coming on in, so no light mechanized company coming in just yet. The bunker is 100% necessary. My God, the Germans are taking devastating losses just trying to hold the line. Dropping a squad of grenadiers there as we speak, and neither player able to take any kind of stars of veterancy just because of the raw body count that's happening here. Russians come back to the south, take this munitions point back yet again, but the Germans seem to have stabilized for the time being, taking away tickets from those valiant communist troops. Sniper rather, needs a little bit of support. Takes that 11th shot, and if I were these grenadiers, I'd be pulling back. I do not care if I'm going to be dropping some more tickets. I got to back up right now, because taking this flank is going to be awful. Again, guys, that cover does not work anymore. It actually never really worked from 5 paces away. Grenadiers coming on up, trying to put pressure to push back these guys in turn. A sniper might get a 14th kill, and with it a star veterancy. Anytime now. There we go. Star veterancy. Grenadiers taking devastating losses, dropping territory here and there and everywhere. Rock 3 coming on through. Combat engineers trying to pick up the sniper. I might be able to do it. Like a lot of micro happening here, but luckily for the sniper, all these combat engineers are doing a lot of material here out in the open. Quick shot. 1. Okay, stun. Never mind, there goes the sniper, and that's a big loss right there. So Insane DevM is getting thrashed. We seeing any kind of lifetime mechanized company? No, we're not. We're just seeing a lot of reinforcement here. And DevM's been pushed off the space completely. He's down 75 tickets already. And now with an 82 mil mortar on the way? Well, first of all, it's nice to see that we're not just going to see penal spam. And a lot of the reason for that is because there's been a lot of changes to penal troops. Well, the PTRSs, for example, they don't have like the crazy uber stick satchel. But they do. Once they get it, well, it always throws. So that's worth noting. 404 to 479. Germans will lose this third VP in the next 5 seconds or so. 3, 2, 1. Decap. Alrighty. And the Soviets are just going to cap out the German fuel position to the north. Very early LMG 42s, but that's probably the best chance he's got under the circumstances, just trying to throw back these hordes of communists. And the conscripts themselves are just doing a lot of work here. Also going to be seeing that oh so lovely Tanky Battalion Command coming on out, and Light to Mechanized Company has been called in as well. Germans overloading the southern part of the map though. Grenadiers desperately trying to hunker on down. Here comes a rifle grenade. This could be devastating. Not quite. That squad of conscripts could die yet. No. And those communists, those, excuse me, conscripts, I keep calling them communists. Out of practice, guys, I'm sorry. Conscripts are just getting slaughtered. Look at this. Look how many are here. To the north, the Germans are desperately trying to take back these positions before they lose too much. But this 82 mil mortar is going to cause a lot of problems. That being said, DevM is able to stabilize on 4 squads of infantry, bringing in P-Grens. I like that. Bringing in those STGs, that's a great idea for me. And once again, good gosh, look at this. He's going to have pretty much no manpower after he reinforces all these squads. He also has called in the medic upgrade. That's not surprising, all things considered. And Russians are taking territory in every single direction. As well as a T-70. That's a good call. Not a great one, perhaps, but a good call. With the munition stock on the field, though, the Germans will be able to push that back without too much consternation. Now, we aren't going to see any Shrek play. That's good for them. For the Soviets, that is. But regardless, a T-70 into this is not going to be the easiest for him. Wires coming on out. And here comes the snips. I don't even know who put that down. It might actually have been the Pioneer Squad. But now we're seeing a lot of blob play. Rush into that house. Yeah, go for it. See if that does you any good. I would not say that it will. T-70 is on the map, though. And the question is, can that T-70 get butchered? And if so, well, the Germans can stabilize. Another rifle grenade. And the animation cancel before it comes out. Alright, DevM is going for that mobile defense doctrine, which means he's a very, very quick Puma coming on in. He's down almost, I'll say about a quarter of a command point. But that Puma is going to trade very easily with that T-70. The question is, though, how does it do against all of this infantry? Faust. Good call. Damages the engine, and he retreats. No, he doesn't get retreat in time, though. Puma comes in, should be able to take out that T-70. Anti-tank grenades? Not yet. But he doesn't know that. And that's going to be a dead T-70. So, geez.
Another vehicle has been lost in the defense of the Rodina.
Yeah, one would think that the Rodina... There we go, and there's the AT grenade package. It's still a little bit late. Taken away from the Soviets, losing their own to the Soviets, and this Puma is just kind of racing on down just to push guys out of cover, really. The machine gun always feels a little bit underpowered for this.
The enemy is taking our territory.
But, you know, there's the brakes. And now he's got them just completely bunkered in, so that squad's going to die. So, I maligned it, but that was a beautiful, beautiful play. And picking that up, high skill abuse, yeah, that's fair. Ooh. Ooh. That really was a really, really good play. I've never seen the Puma used that aggressively before, but it's really quite good. So Germans, in the meantime, now they're the ones on the inside, looking out, surrounded by foes in every direction, and they're taking a lot of damage.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Conscripts falling back. These guys still somehow managing to exchange comments about that Puma block. And, okay. Osttroop being called on in. But 353 to 430, 12.5 minutes in. It has been a slam-bang fight. Pretty much since about, 30 or 45 seconds into this game. I have missed this. Guys, I do enjoy Steel Division, casting those games with Rangoon. If you haven't checked them out, I definitely say would go for it. But, man, there is something about this. It's just so visceral and down to earth. And it's brutal and it's beautiful to watch. Now here's a question. What does Rhodesian do to pick commander-wise against this? He knows it's going to be mobile defense, so what does he go? Does he go armored assault? I don't think so. I think it might be a better idea for him. Actually, armored... That wouldn't be a bad idea, now I'm thinking about it. Armored assault wouldn't be bad. At least you can call that 34, 85s. In the IL-2, you don't necessarily need it, because you know it's not going to be super, super heavy German material. Regardless, it's not anything to sneeze at. You're back. You're down here. Ooh. And these STGs are going to run afoul of a lot of Soviets. When you're outnumbered 3 or 4 to 1, it's not good. That was that Puma. Puma's coming in and around. He's got a couple of kills already. And is this gun a good call finally to pick off that Puma? Should he get even a moderate chance? STG's coming back around. We see a bundle grenade. Probably? Yep. And he's going to retreat. Time to run, boys. He backs away in time, but he still leaves 75% of the unit on the ground dead.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
DevM doesn't seem to have missed a step in the wake of this new patch. Now, we are going to see his troops are taking quite a lot of losses to get through this. Rifle grenade? No, it's going to be mortars instead on the Osttroop, and that's a good call. They force back the combat engineers. So the combat engineers just looking to at least decap, and that's also worthwhile. And now command tank coming on in. And this is again abusing the ever-living bejesus out of all of these pathing issues. Wow. Really, really well done. Command tank coming on in, but with the Zis gun, you know, he's a little underpowered by comparison. Doesn't need to bother that short barrel very much. We're going to see some AT grenades coming on out and just barely scratching the paint. No, really have to worry about, again, is that Zis gun. Never really appreciated how devastating that could be. But Puma and Pioneers are doing their thing up to the north. Osttruppen and Grenz to the south. And the Germans, in the meantime, they're playing it's a very, very fluid defense. So, you know, perfect command for it. Mobile defense is very accurate. Once again, they trade out munitions, and I love seeing this from higher tier players. They just continually just trade and trade and trade. And some mines laid very deep, just in case there's a cheeky end run to take out this mortar. Ooh, on both sides. This is not going to be pretty. Panzer IV looking for that church. Yeah, moving is a good idea. And this gun is starting to pound into that poor P4. One more round, maybe? Nope, not going to be. Okay, so what does Insane DevM do? Well, it's 16 minutes in. He stabilized the entire position here, and this close-range arty barrage is going to hurt. But with the flamethrower, and now he's got this completely surrounded. And force it back very, very easily. Ooh, and short-range firefight also going to be horrible for these conscripts, especially when not even firing back. And the Soviets are really, really hurting now as the Germans are really taking it to them. They've controlled half the... Oh, wow, like 80% of the map. I was looking down to even notice all of that damage. He gets inside this house. It is not going to be good. Well, here's a perfect opportunity for a bundle grenade. Or the flamethrower just as well. So it gets on in. That's going to completely devastate the mortar team. Shocking they make it out with only some HP damage. And a very late Maxim coming on out. That's interesting. SDGs, chilling, good plan. And to the north, well, Puma against Osttruppen. Oh, he just barely keeps control of that fuel point. If he dropped that fuel point, that would have been awful.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
As it is, Germans can't quite keep up yet with this Maxim, but it doesn't look like he really wants to. You certainly are losing men, but that's true from everybody on this field. Might see the P-Grens go down, Grens rather. Nope, Grens make it out okay. And the Germans now have themselves a triple cap. Wow. How things turn. Osttruppen, in the meantime, they're going to find themselves getting pretty darn hammered. I always forget about ambush from them. Here's a rifle grenade to hurt quite a bit. No! He just barely misses it. This guy's making it around the corner of that cover. And that's just barely enough. P-Grens, though, will re-seize that fuel point to the north, and even just decapping it is a big, big loss for Rhodesian, especially since he hasn't teched up that final bit just yet, nor has he actually even picked a commander. Again, he was looking to go late game for the IS-2. Well, he's not too far off from it. And yikes, you do not want to be Pioneers in this fight right now.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Okay, Pioneers just had to run. Definitely time to flee. No, he's just hunkering on down. That man is fearless with a capital F. Osttruppen are able to get him behind. Grenadiers even more so. On top of the Zis gun, they will decrew that.
We are losing territory.
And the question is, will we just destroy it? I would say it's probably a good idea to do that. It limits the amount of damage you could theoretically take, and yep, he's just going to destroy it. There we go, that's a good call. Even better is that this Puma is not going to get hammered by that incendiary business here. Because it's just a Maxim. And a long-lasting Su-76 comes on out. That's also a good call. Gren's rifle grenade. Okay, animation cancel. Good call. Behind the wood pile, but I'm going to say there's a big, big boom there anyway. In the meantime, though, that Maxim did get itself quite a bit of a buff. The target acquisition time has gone down. I don't think it's going to do it very much good. Oh, no, he manages to resupply just in time to refill it. Beautiful, beautiful chance. P4 backs away. There's a lot of veterancy now in the field. But more and more models keep dropping.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
In 20 minutes, guys, we are almost completely inverted about how it was at the start of this game.
Assault gun standing by.
The Germans don't have that 75-point advantage just yet, but they're getting awfully close. Meantime, conscripts are desperately trying to stem the tide, as these Osttruppen squads are doing very, very well. That reduced damage, even with them in negative cover. Doing very, very well for themselves. And now they are outflanked. The conscripts have to back away. Where's the Su-76, though? He's getting a line down on that P4. Time to back away, good sir. And he does. Will we see an upgrade to double Shreks? No, we won't. Instead, we're going to see support armor corps coming on out for the Germans. And I really, really would like to see a commander or something picked here.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
This is literally all over the place, folks. It's beautiful. This is a thing of beauty.
The enemy has cut off a sector.
I am surprised that the mortar has continued to, well,
Very close air support.
slowly pick up those kills. Only has got one, wow.
Available to crush the
And there it is. So Armored Assault has been called on in. So he's, I think, going to probably wait on out for the IS-2. He doesn't have the fuel right now. He's not going to have the fuel for a very long time. Because he's not teching up right now would waste any bit of fuel he's got left. But the IS-2 would be more than enough to take on a lot of these vehicles, especially with the Su-76 in support.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Also not a bad idea to have passive radio intercept.
MG squad awaiting orders.
Especially once he hears a P4's coming on in. Were I him, I think I'd panic quite a bit. More mines going on down on all the various approaches. There's one here. Is there still the ones up here? Guess not. Ugh. 330 to 260, so exactly 70 points difference right now. That will be changing soon, as the Germans pick up another 2-to-1 advantage for just a few more seconds. I'm getting tired of this too, man, but you know what? War is war. Okay. Again, having a flamethrower on a Grenadier squad against conscripts just seems obscene. It just seems obscene. Question is now, does he retreat over top of these TM-35 mines? He doesn't have anyone close enough to detect it, and the Su-76 is just waiting. Ooh, that was lucky right there. So the Grenadiers got hit by it, not the tank. Ouvra, indeed. But you still have this bad boy right there. And although he's mere Osttruppen, still would not want to be anywhere close to that. To the north, in the meantime, well, the Soviets are getting a good amount of fuel, so it's going to be another couple of minutes before they can call on in the IS-2. But once they do, will that be enough to turn the tide? Definitely seems possible. Puma, in the meantime, he comes on forward, not getting a lot of kills necessarily, but he does blow apart the cover in the center part of the field, which means that these guys are out in the open. And those Pigrens are very, very bravely hanging on through. Okay, Su-76 trying to come forward to get a nice flanking position here. But instead he's going to reveal the backside to this Puma. And damages the engine of the Puma, but the Puma can still bow out whenever he wants to. And plus the P4 in here as well. This is the Panzer IV-J, I want to say, but I might be wrong on the model there. Another Zis gun has been made. Were I P4, I'd be throwing down one more round to take out that house. But maybe he's trying to get somebody else back in that garrison before he tries to blow it apart. And it's still 2-to-1 in favor of the Germans. So 330 to 249. We are getting closer and closer, though, to that IS-2. But since it is slowed down for half a second, we can take a quick breather to talk about veterancy. So both sides getting some decent veterancy, mostly on the original infantry squads here. Germans have lost their share, or they're still doing rather well for themselves. Even these Pigrens got 2 stars of veterancy, and that's very, very solid. Soviets going for a mass play to the northern side, and I wish I could say the Germans had anything close there to hold this back, but they have like one squad of grenadiers, and that's not even going to remotely be enough. Wood piles getting blown to shreds. Germans in the meantime pushing through. This is a big, big rush, guys. And grenade comes out, does some damage, not going to be enough. Faust comes through. Bundle grenade comes through. There goes the machine gun almost for sure. That is one, and I wouldn't be surprised to see these guys go out in a second either. No, just a couple of quick bursts. Doesn't quite get it off. Luckily enough for them, the light arty barrage and the Su-76, 3 quick rounds. And it just really, really hammers the German attack. But they did exactly what they need to do, which is blunt the Soviets. Now, there we go, run. Good idea. You should be running too. He's not going to, but he should be running. He's doing, okay, because the Germans right now are doing exactly what they need to do. Slow things down. You have a slight tech advantage, at least until you see that this 640 beast comes on in. You see right now there's no reinforcement because that's what he's going for. If you can just contain and contain and contain, that's enough. But containing is no longer possible. All of these guys being reinforced and resupplied, another P4 coming on, and he must know that no new vehicles coming out has got to be a late game IS-2. He knows it's not going to be a 152. He knows that much, at least, I would say. And I'm shocked by how many kills that this Puma has gotten. Even more so because he doesn't really have HE ammo. He's just throwing solid slugs downrange and hoping he kills something. Also is worth noting that he could throw out a target weak point. There we go, so slows it down, but doesn't have the same quite power that it used to. But he's swinging on in and firing on the bounce, not going to be as much AT grenade. Ugh, this might be enough to kill. Su-76 going to get that one more round? Yes, he does. There goes the Puma, but there's still 2 P4s. Even against the IS-2 that is imminent, it could be enough. It just might be enough. Now Panzer IV coming on through. This gun, ooh, that is not beautiful at all. And taking damage right now as that new beast comes on in. This could be the make or break moment for this match. P4 comes on through. Round or 2 at the Su-76. Oh my gosh, he barely survives. And indeed even does a lot of damage in return. Germans are struggling here, I would say, it's a tiny bit. And seeing DevM still has a very, very good force. But he's got to know that super heavies are on the field. And he's going to go right across this. Oh, that's so bad. Now the IS-2 and the Su-76 should be able to rotate. But one shot, one kill blows apart the entire mortar squad. But the same thing will be visited upon him in just a second. Fausts. Yikes. Yikes, that's all I can say. IS-2 trundles on in. This guy is just insane.
Supply sector under attack.
Okay, we used to be Faust galore, but he doesn't really seem to be wanting to do that. P4 command tank still remains up here, which means that all these guys are taking reduced damage. That's not going to do any good, though. This gun is down. That's awesome. Okay, Faust doesn't barely scratch the paint. And double Shreks. No! Turn and fire at the right target, you fool. Fly, you fools.
We have an isolated sector.
So starting to scratch it now, doing a little bit of damage here. I'd still be running, because one shot could kill that entire squad. Whew. Barely making it away. But all this insane aggression has seen this IS-2 humbled. It's got 4 kills, hasn't even upgraded its machine gun yet, and the Soviets have lost quite a bit. Now, where are these P4s? Okay, command tank's back here, this guy's getting repaired in the back. So all 3 are in like a private little motor bay, so to speak, motor pool. This IS-2, I think, is being way too gutsy. He is going to hammer a lot of his infantry. But it's still a trip cap to nothing. And a big push of Soviet infantry is not even going to be enough to take everything, really. So P4 sitting down in defilade. Not quite going to stop everything. Indeed, this Maxim, this converted Maxim, let's call it, be just enough. Oh, he could have captured out that munition, excuse me, that fuel point, and that would have been a very big deal. So he controls all of this. You could have gotten crazy amounts of fuel coming on in, as opposed to just moderately nuts. P4 sidling back in. Where's that Zisgun? Zisgun has been coming back towards the front. Now, if I were insane DevM, I would appreciate seeing... No. I would appreciate seeing an Ostwind. I know it sounds silly. But an Ostwind to handle some of this infantry. You have more than enough tanks now, and you have a lot of AT. And there goes that last model on the Maxim. I didn't even see, actually the mortar went down as well. That was courtesy of that command tank. And Osttroopen have proved, they've proved their mettle. They have proved their mettle time and again. Flame war going on down here. Molotovs versus Flamethrower. And it's going to go to the Molotovs for right now. I think just because of numbers more than anything else. Still, Germans are up 200 tickets. 200! I'm stunned. I'm stunned. It's as if a Puma fired a high explosive round at me. It stunned me completely. Buildings are taking a lot of damage here. The property values of this community are just plummeting. And the P4s are rotating down to the south to pick on basically everything that can't take them. Which is the right call. Yep, they're going to build and immediately get shot to shreds. That crush, though, or lack thereof, always bothers me. And the Soviets are just dropping so much in the way of an army. They have lost a lot of their highly vetted up infantry. Where is this double Shrek squad? Okay, so if he comes to the north and aggresses here, we could see double Shrek and a Faust. Might be a chance for a engine damage here. And indeed, I would even be okay pulling in another Puma. If nothing else, getting that nice anti-tank weapon, or at least another target, and it's fairly inexpensive too. You're not going to go for like any sort of late game Panther. It just doesn't make sense at this point. And there's the Shreks. 1, 2, below half health. Panzers are coming to the north. They're pushing back the conscripts. And man, yeah, Tank Terror is an appropriate name for these weapons. Geez, dropping that guy down to about, between a quarter and a third of his health. One more salvo, and then I would send the tanks in. He's not even bothering with that. He just says, screw it. Pinging rounds off consistently. Down to the south in the meantime, again, that captured Maxim worth its weight in lead. Oof, and that is a free Shrek, though, so this could be good for the Soviets to pick on up. Regardless, Germans, even if they drop a squad or two here, which is a definite possibility, no, he makes it away. Ooh, here comes the, yep, out of control. So IS-2 is dead, so it's on an Su-76 and a Zisgun. Not to say that it's not possible. You can see right now taking devastating hits. And probably even see one of those P4s going down. Now he dropped smoke, and Su-76 rushing in there anyway. Destroyed the engine, so it could be a Soviet vehicle soon enough. But between the P4 and the command P4, there goes a Zisgun. And there's the captured Shrek now, so just captured everything going in every single direction. And these conscript squads, the Soviets are just bleeding. And guys, it is better dead than red for the Germans right now. Just completely decrewing squad after squad. And even if he trades out all of this material, he's trying to repair this right now under fire. That's not a great idea. A very bad idea. So he just lost an entire infantry squad there. Command tank finally goes down, and because the P4, can the P4 get one last hit? No, he can't. He's afraid of getting grenaded. Ironically, had he just pushed through, he would have been safe. But 309 to 51, it looks like it's going to be a German victory here. But did command tank even go down? No, Germans recaptured this P4, so thank you so much, Soviet engineers, for repairing and doing some of the hard work for me. And who gets the first shot? Ooh, it is going to be those Soviets. And the other one goes down to a recrewed Zisgun. But Rhodesian taps out anyway, and guys, in just under 35 minutes, it ends up being a German victory. The way it started, I was not expecting that at all. Then we had all of that anti-tank play, just tanks galore. Beautiful, beautiful play by both sides. But DevM, I think, just really showed his, well, higher quality play. And it wasn't by much, it was just a little bit here and there. But very, very well done to both sides. Rhodesian, you played a great game. Unfortunately, you came out with an L instead of that W. Don't worry, maybe next time that'll change. For everyone else, I'm sorry that I've been a little bit less than perfect. I'm getting a lot of Company of Heroes 2 material out to you. Hopefully this makes up for a little bit. We'll have some more coming your way in just a brief time. Now, if you haven't checked out the Steel Division yet with a shoutcast with Rangroot, go for it. I'm also going to be starting to post up achievement runs of EU4 material because there's a new patch coming out for that. So you should check that stuff out as well if you like strategy, grand strategy over history. Regardless, love to be back. You all have a great day. This is Kholodny signing off. Take it easy.